si Regina, si Giselle, si Lali, tapos si Mian po. Start na po tayo.
Eto din kayo?
Opo.
Kayong lahat? Anong year level?
Second year po.
Anong subject to?
Technology for teaching po.
Okay po.
Bali po sir, pwede po introduce niyo rin po yung sarili niyo. Kung saan po kayo, yung inaano yung subject, tas po, saan school po kayo nagtuturo.
Okay po. Bali kaninang umaga, nag-chat lang din si Ma'am Jane. Sino yung pamangkin ni Ma'am Jane?
Ako po.
Si Kellyanne. Malapit sa inyo si Ma'am Jane?
Medyo po.
Ayun nga, nag-chat siya, sabi niya yung pamangkin niya daw, kailangan daw ng teacher, timang teacher siya tayo kailangan. Ako yung na-message siya. Bali, si Ma'am Jane, kasama ko siya last 2019 yata kami. Uli nagkasama sa Luwakan National High School. Bali, doon ako nagtuturo hanggang ngayon sa senior high school. 2017 akong na-in. Bali, hanggang ngayon, nandun pa rin ako sa senior high school. Teacher 2. Bali, turo ko ngayon is Gen Chem 1, General Chemistry 1, tsaka Earth and Type Science. Grade 11. Bali, ngayon ko lang din sila naturo kasi yung binigay talaga sa aking assignment last school year, research. Yung research kasi hindi ko rin ganun ka-master. Hindi ko rin talaga tinuturo yan. Dahil yung major ko talaga nung college is biological science. Ayun lang po.
Okay po. Present ko lang po yung...
Sige. Ay, labi kailangan data sa profile ko. Pangalan lang ba?
Apo.
Okay pa. Bali, ano palang major niya?
DTLED po.
Industrial Arts po.
Okay po.
Nakikita po ba?
Yes po, yan.
Start na po tayo sa question 1. Do you use technology in your teaching and why?
Technology, pwede bang makidefine mo na yung technology?
Ano po yung...
Kasi napaka-broad ng technology. No?
Yung po siya sir, yung pag po... Yung para pong sa nagtuturo yung gumagamit po ng mga PowerPoint, mga ganyan po.
Okay po. Ayun, sige, lalo na ngayon di ba may COVID tayo, so mas gamit na gamit yung technology. Pero wala pa mang COVID, talagang ginagamit na rin si technology sa teacher and learning process para sa mga bata. Ayun, tulad ng sinabi mo, ayun, gumagamit kami ng desktop, laptop, para sa presentation ng mga activities or ng mga discussion.
Next po. Do you develop digital learning materials for your learners and why?
Yung mga learning materials, bali ngayon, last school year, doon kami nag-start gumawa ng mga digital, tawag dito, self-learning modules. So, yung mga soft copy na mga modules na ginawa namin. So, bali nag-approve nun kasi may grupo kami. May grupo kami dito sa district. Then, isang grupo pa sa division hanggang umabot ng regional. So, ganun yung, ayun yung process niya bago ma-approve yung digital learning materials na ginagawa namin. Maliban pa dun sa mga modules na ginawa namin last school year, meron din mga video lesson na pine-present namin yun sa official Facebook page ng school. Then, ibang teachers, ako din kasi meron akong tawag dito, channel, YouTube channel. So ina-upload din namin doon. So once na may resources yung bata, kung mayroon siyang internet connection, so pwede nyo naman balikan yun para mapanood niyo yung mga lessons.
Okay. Proceed na po tayo sa question 3. Do your students enjoy technology-based activities?
Sa tingin ko, nag-enjoy naman sila. And hindi ko lang sure sa iba. Hindi ko kasi masabing lahat totally nag-enjoy talaga. So sa mga nakaka-attend doon sa mga online classes namin, kasi ngayong school year, talaga nag-online classes na dito sa division ng Bataan. Sa senior high school kasi nga meron ng binigay na tablet. Nag-provide na yung LGU ng tablet, kaya hindi naman sa napipilitan, kailangan talaga mag-online classes. Ginagamit naming platform doon sa pag-conduct ng online class, ayun, iba sa Google Meet, Zoom, pero sa pag-conduct ng mga learning activities, sa mga presentation, meron kasi kami kanya-kanyang ginagamit na application. Tulad sa akin, mas ginagamit ko yung quizzes. Hindi ko quizzes o quizzes yung pag-pronounce doon. Maganda kasing gamitin yun, napaka-interactive niya. Ang problema lang talaga doon, dapat yung bata meron siyang internet connection.
Ayun nga po eh. Ito po. Are you aware of the ethical and legal responsibilities of the use of ICT tools in teaching?
Etong ethical and legal responsibilities, and I-discuss to nung tawag dito, nung college. Pero ngayon, di na ako ganun ka-familiar kung nilalaman nung legal na yan, ano ba yung mga legal responsibilities na dapat alam ng teacher. Pero ang alam ko lang, di ba tayo ngayon mahilig sa mga mag-post sa mga social media or mag-story. Siguro, ang minention lang sa amin ng mga superior namin, so wag na wag isasama yung mga bata, magulang sa mga social media, sa mga pinopost natin. Maliban na lang kung meron tayong tawag dito, permission na i-post yung bagay na. Lalo na yung mga bata, di ba, minor pa rin naman sila. Sa senior high school kasi nasa 16 or 17 years old pa yung mga yan.
Last na po to, sir. Do you enjoy using ICT tools in your teaching?
Seryoso. Do you enjoy? Pwede rin. Pwede rin naman. Na-enjoy ko siguro mga 70%, enjoy naman. In 30. Ano naman ang tawag dito? Madali naman i-integrate yung ICT sa teaching and learning process. Ang problema lang talaga minsan yung preparation. Then yung mga, may konting minsan problema sa, lalo nung gamitin yung internet connection, madalas unstable yung internet connection. Then yung sa environment din, kasi di ba ngayon naka-work from home, hindi naman kasi pwedeng mag-report or pumunta lagi sa school kung wala naman pinabanggit yung head namin. Syempre sa bahay, minsan may mga kahayupan tayo sa paligid. May mga aso, may ibon, medyo maingay.
Opo, maingay.
Ayun, yung mga bata pa.
Hi.
Kapitbahay mo, nagmumura pa. Ayun, mga bagay lang naman na yun. Pero enjoy naman, hindi ko lang sure sa iba. Kasi ako, medyo bata-bata pa, kahit paano na-enjoy ko pa naman. Ang isip ko lang din, paano pa yung mga medyo may edad ng teachers. Ayun lang po.
Okay. Ayun lang po, sir. Salamat po.
Thank you po. Good luck.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
po.
Thank you.
Speak na lang, loudspeaker na lang.
Sige po, sige.
Sige po.
Start na po tayo na, sir. Saglit lang po.
Ano yung course nyo?
Ano po kami, sir? BTLED. Bachelor of Technology in Livelihood Education.
At ano education yun?
Opo.
Teacher.
TLE, opo, TLE, sir.
At major. Oh, sige.
Okay na po,
Morning
sir.
po sa inyo lahat. Question po, ano po ba yan? Mabigat po ba yung tanong na yan?
Di naman, sir. About ano lang po, ICT. Ganun.
Sige. Yung totoong sagot lang
Opo.
Totoong sagot lang.
Opo, totoo lang.
Sige.
Start na po. Good morning, sir. Good morning, groupmates. We are the BTLED 2A from PPSU Orani Campus. Minister. Ito po yung mga question.
Pala kayo.
Opo.
Galing naman ni Mia. Galing nyo naman. Siguro naman, mabait na yung mga estudyante pag panahon nyo na.
Ay,
Sana po.
sir. Hello po, sir. Pwede po ba kayo magpakilala muna po?
Ayaw po.
Sige po. Sige po.
Thank you po.
My name is Sir Dexter Jan Enriquez Cruz from Mulawin, Orani, Bataan. Ako po ay kasalukuyang nagtuturo sa Academy of East Asia, formerly Academy of Queen Mary. Ang aking pong asignaturang itinuturo ay Araling Panlipunan from grade 9 to grade 10. At ako rin po ay nagtuturo ng senior high school, yung mga social sciences na subject po. At ako po ay kasalukuyang OSA coordinator ng nasabing paaralan. Good morning po.
Good morning, sir. Salamat po. Ito po yung mga question, sir. Number 1 question. Do you use technology in your teaching? Why?
Sa panahon natin, talagang ginagamit na. Alam mo naman, Mia, nung panahon na nagtuturo ako sa Jesus Saves, hindi talaga ako literal na gumagamit ng technology. Di ba? O sabihin natin may alam tayo sa computer, pero nakikita mo naman yung paggawa ng test paper, yung paggawa ng test ng Sir Dexter. Sa lahat ng subject mo, lahat typewritten. Pero ikaw, maalala mo ano ang ginagawa ko. Di ba sulat ka ngayon?
Opo, 110.
Handwritten, naka-photocopy. Kasi nga, talagang, low-tech talaga ako nung panahon na yon. Pero ngayon, dahil nga, sumalang na tayo sa gantong sistema. Ayan, yung online class talagang magre-resign talaga ako last year. Sabi ko, hindi ako gumagamit ng ganyan. Talagang tamang lang ako, tamang print, pero hindi ako marunong gumamit ng mga platform. Talagang, sabi ko, ano to, problema to, ganyan. Talagang, biyakap na lang natin kasi kailangan. At talagang gumaan, talagang natutunan ko lahat. Lahat, gumaan. Mas talagang naging ko ngayon, kumbaga parang mas napadali yung dating susulat ngayon. Salin-salin na lang through Google Forms, sa module, ganun. Siyempre, ginagamit natin ngayon yan lalo sa online class. Malaking bagay. Nagagamit po natin, mas madali siya ngayon. Totoo po.
Thank you po, sir. Question number 2. Do you develop digital learning materials for your learners? Why?
Sa panahon po natin ngayon, didevelop po natin. Ayun po kasi yung kailangan ngayon. So kahit na mayroong mga bata na hindi naman lahat yan, talagang may kaalaman pagdating sa ganyan. Kaya lang honestly, sa mga na-encounter ko mga bata ngayon, mas mahusay pa pala sila sa akin pero di ako pumayag. Kaya ngayon, yung platform na ginagamit namin sa school, yung Moodle Classroom di ba sa SPBA, sa mga parochial, yung mga ginagamit nila is Schoology. So yung mga private school, may mga ginagamit na silang platform. So kailangan talagang i-develop po talaga kasi nandiyan na po lahat. Pagka po sa online class, kahit na asynchronous po tayo, hindi po ako nakapagturo, may dahilan, o mga anak, punta kayo, mag-chat ka lang sa group chat ng halimbawa grade 11. Punta kayo dito, dito na yung mga activity natin. Sagutin nyo na, meron akong pinost na video rito at bigyan nyo ng reaction. Mas madali po, ginagamit po.
Thank you po. Question number 3. Do your students enjoy technology-based activities? Why?
Yes po, mas na-enjoy po nila kaysa po dati nung face-to-face po tayo. Kasi dati, syempre, pagka yung teacher, very traditional na katulad ko, na pasulat. Ngayon, halimbawa, meron tayo activity, Google Form na lang, hindi na sila magsusulat, itatype na lang nila. Mas napakadali sa kanila, hindi na sila nagsusulat, ganyan, less pagod na. Type na lang, na-enjoy naman nila. Kumbaga, mas madali para sa kanila. Tama po ba yung sagot ko?
Tama yun.
Na-enjoy. Kasi may mga mas malinaw yung mga video na pinipresent namin, yung mga lesson na inaano namin, yung ginagawa namin breakout room, pagka-group reporting, di ba, mag-iwa-hiwalay. So, okay naman po. Kaya lang, siyempre, dumarating tayo sa punto na may kahirapan ng signal. Struggle pa rin tayo. May
Oh.
mga advantages, may mga disadvantages po.
Tama. Question number 4. Are you aware of the ethical and legal responsibilities of the use of ICT tools in teaching? Why?
Okay, bilang guro naman po ng Araling Panlipunan, sa ibang bagay po kasi meron po naman tayong aware naman tayo sa mga ethical and legal responsibilities. Pero dito sa ICT tools hindi ako familiar, pero kasi sa totoo lang, alam naman natin, di ba, kahit na hindi natin maalam sa ganyan. So dapat lahat ng ginagawa natin, so dapat tayo, responsible po tayo lalo sa paggamit ng mga yung mga ICT teaching tools na yan. Halimbawa, meron kaming kinuhang, di ba sa module, sa paggawa ng module, hindi kami basta-basta kukuha ng, eto nakita namin tong image na to, eto nakita namin tong video na to. Meron tayong ginagamit na kuwan yung para hindi tayo makuha ang selan ngayon. Selan yung para hindi tayo ma-copyright ba yun?
Apo.
Copyright. Kaya itong gumagawa ka, ito tong halimbawa, itong sample ko ng module. Ito, kami gumagawa po niyan para po sa mga modular students po natin. Yung mga picture po na nandiyan na yan, hindi po basta-basta kuwan yan. Meron po tayong, yung papakita mo yung mga kuwan, yung mga pangalan ba nila?
Mga
Tawag din.
reference po, sir.
Mga ganon, saan kinuha to, source, ganon. Di pala basta-basta kasi napaka-selan. So kailangan responsible po tayo siyempre sa paggamit din ng mga bagay-bagay kasi baka mamaya mareklamo tayo, meron pong mga ganung mga bagay. At na-inform naman po sa amin yan bago magsimula yung online class. Ayun po.
Last question po, sir. Do you enjoy using ICT tools in your teaching? Why?
Yes! Nai-enjoy ko siya ngayon. Sobra, totoo po. Napakadali nga po. Di ba, Mia naman, nagtuturo ako nun. Di ba, minsan, pinapag-report ko kayo. Meron tayong mga Manila paper. Ngayon, hindi. Pag ganito, sa Araling Panlipunan, ipe-play lang natin ngayon. Hindi na ako magsasalita. Panoorin. Pagyari, discuss ng konti, hindi gaya nun. Ngayon, naka-ready na. Naka-ready yung mga lesson. Kukuha ka na lang ng mga kuwan. Kaya lang, pag-upload dun sa kuwan, may mga tinatype pa na kuwan. Yun lang para hindi ka ma-copyright. Pero, ito naman ako. Sana wag na mag-face-to-face Kaya lang,
Sana nga, sir.
Pero siyempre, mas maganda pa rin yung face-to-face. Mas malinaw yung pagtuturo natin. Kasi, gaya niyan, pag nag-online class tayo, hindi natin alam kung talaga ba nakikinig yung mga bata. Pero, sabi ko, gusto ko lahat naka-open yung camera. Kaya lang talaga yung bata, nagdadahilan pa rin. Hindi natin alam. Ayaw lang talaga i-open yung camera. Sabi, sira daw. Bahala sila.
Opo. Yun lang po.
Nasagot ko ba?
Opo.
Nakasagot ba ako ng tama?
Opo, sir.
Tama,
Tama
sir.
po.
Ano to? Recorded ba to?
Opo.
Okay, sige. Mag-aral kayo mabuti
Opo. Salamat po, sir.
Congratulations sa inyo.
Salamat po.
Morning, dear future teachers. Anong year na kayo?
Second year po, sir.
Okay, go. Kasi may gagawin pa ako.
Sige po. Sir, pwede pong i-record po itong interview.
Okay, no problem.
Good day, sir. My name is Lilina Nita S. Miranda, Bachelor of Technology and Livelihood Education, second year college, from BPSU Orani Campus. And yung mga group mates ko po, sir, Giselle Contunhi, Mian Basalo, Shelly Ann, and Regina Lai. Sir, pwede po mag-request na introduce na din po yung self niyo.
Yes, Elaine? Go ahead.
Ano po, sir? By name po, teaching position, sang school po nagtuturo, tsaka subject handlings po.
Okay. So, before when I was teaching and in this time of pandemic, since there is lack of teacher at Balzac National High School, I handle the principles of marketing. I am Gerson Fernandez Tuwang, currently assigned and designated as OIC Assistant School Principal at Balzac National High School. At the same time, I handle principles of marketing under ABM track because of no teachers available.
Thank you po. Ano, huwag na po galing sir, proceed na po tayo sa sa question, okay lang po?
Yeah, okay lang. Paki-show na lang kasi hindi ko makita.
Okay. Naka-ano na po sir, naka-present na po.
Okay. I read here, do you use technology in your teaching? Of
Yes.
course, technology is very important as an aid in teaching. It enables you to facilitate an easy transfer of knowledge and skills to important. No? Pero an online class, you need to be prepared by making your instructional materials in a form of different digital format. There are many available in available online na application that allow me to mention use Canva. You can enter in the Canva are going to prepare your instructional material by adding a clip necessary for the topic. Also picture a PPT and MP4, which you can play during actual online discussion. You use the space. You can also use you can use the PowerPoint. To make your lesson interactive, there are Mentimeter, There are also many. There are many to mention. Actually, I forgot. It's in the tip of my tongue. Because when you do not use technology in your teaching, it makes your teaching boring, right? Ngayon, ang mga estudyante ngayon ay very adept So, as a teacher, please you must be a little bit one or two steps ahead. That's all.
Thank you po sir. Next question po. Ayan.
Do your students enjoy technology-based activities? Yes, of course. As what I am saying, technology is very important. It makes your life in the practice of your profession, particular teaching. It is the responsibility of the teacher to make his or her class interactive. So there are many application to make your class interactive. So kailangan when you use technology, hindi lamang gumamit ka ng application just to present your concept or your lesson. Okay? you make it more interactive. Paano? Halimbawa, nag-present ako ng concept ngayon, since it is online, in what way that your student will interact in your teaching? Remember that when you say teaching, it is a teacher and student interaction. When you talk the same concept or matter or subject matter, no, during the time of student engagement or learning engagement, when students interact with the teacher by either asking question or answering to the question from the teacher, it entails that there is active participation or students engagement. How? Include ICT. As what I have said, you can use Mentimeter, you can use Kahoot, no? And you can also use Google Drive. You send the link of the Google Drive. Then, example, if you want them to enumerate characteristic of something, or depending upon the topic, then you want them to encode in the Google Sheet or in the Google Drive. And then you can project based on how the students encode in your class. That's what we call as interaction. Hello, ma'am. Good morning. Another one, do your students technology-based activities? Yes, correct. Okay. And one thing is, as to our practice, no, since we use blended learning, when it comes to assessment, sabi nila, ang nagsasagot daw ng mga SLMs o kaya ng summative test ay yung nanay, yung kapatid. And there's a question when it comes to the authenticity and veracity of the answer based on the summative test, no? So, mayroon kaming ginawa dyan na solution. Paano? We were able to make e-assessment test or e-summative test. So, we made our assessment test in the Google form. I know you know it in the Google form. Through the use of Google form, you can make different types of tests. And the skills to develop based on Bloom's taxonomy can also be driven in the Google form. And when the students answer the test, you can set time so that there will be no chances for the students to ask from their classmates by screenshotting the questions, no? So ita-time mo yon. Let us say you are going to set your e-summative or electronic summative test or assessment test in the form of Google form. You can set that. You can set time. Example, 30 minutes. Then after 30 minutes, you can close the. You will no longer receiving the responses from the students. So that's how we are going to ensure that there is authentic and veracity of the answers when it comes to summative tests or assessment tests. Yes? Are you aware of the ethical and legal responsibilities in the use of ICT tools in teaching? Yes, of course. We have Data Privacy Act of 2012. If you are aware also, I require you to research that. And then the use of technology, when you are going to make instructional materials or presentation, you need to acknowledge where you need to acknowledge the platforms that you use. No, maraming mga platform, kailangan i-acknowledge mo sila. Halimbawa, gumamit ka ng Canva, tapos yung picture na yon ay, example, with the use of pictures for your instructional materials, hindi ka basta-basta kukuha lang ng picture. Okay? Pag kumuha ka man ng picture, kailangan i-acknowledge mo yon. Okay? Another thing, example, pag gagamit kayo ng picture ng bata, make it sure na alam ng magulang o ng bata na yung picture na yon ay gagamitin mo for the purpose of teaching. Kasi baka mamaya yung picture na yon ay there are something na mako-compromise when it comes to discrimination and other factors, something like yung parang ma-humiliate yung subject na yon or yung kung ano yung subject doon sa picture na yon. Kailan mayroon siyang permit, or if not, kung grab mo lang yung picture na yon from the internet, you need to acknowledge the reference where you get that picture particular, or even videos. That is, you should always consider that, no, yung references. Hindi yung basta-basta. Paano? Example, pag nagawa kayong just like that in your slides, let's say in your slide, there's a picture that you use. Sa baba nun, kailangan andun yung reference kung saan mo grab yung picture na yon. Kasi you don't own it. Baka ma-plagiarize ka. Okay? There is what we call as plagiarism. Okay, and that's very, that's an act of, hindi siya that's unethical when you use pictures that you do not acknowledge from the owner. Intellectual property also.
Yes, sir. Next question.
Okay. Do you enjoy using ICT tools in your teaching? Why? Yeah. Even before when I was still in the teaching practice, no, before the new normal, using videos, you play it in the DVD drive, using music, using television, that's also technology. Pero ngayon, medyo na magnify lang ang paggagamit ng technology. Okay? You can use hyperlinks in your presentation. Okay? You can use hyperlinks in your presentation. Example, you have that PowerPoint presentation and then you have another set of videos. If you cannot clip the videos in your PowerPoint slides, you can use the hyperlink. You right click there and there's what we call that hyperlink, wherein when you are already presenting your lesson, automatically you'll be directed to the files where you attach in your presentation, something like that. Do you enjoy ICT tools in your teaching, and why? So I really enjoy using ICTs or ICT or technology because it makes your life easy when presenting your lesson. It's just like as easy as eating ripe bananas and eating peanuts, di ba? So kung may mga way naman na mapapadali ang pagtuturo mo, you should have to embrace with that. And that is the most, nowadays, when it comes to teaching, a teacher must have the characteristic of adaptability and acceptability. If a teacher doesn't accept technology, he or she will be far behind. So, pero totoo naman that a teacher cannot be replaced with technology. But a teacher who knows technology can replace to a teacher who doesn't know technology. Right? Another one, kaya acceptability is very important. Okay? Another one is adaptability. You should adapt what is trends, what is new to the teaching practice. Okay, you should have to do it as future teacher, no? Kasi when you embrace technology, there is innovativeness. You can practice innovativeness and creativeness in your creative instruction. Kailangan creative ka when it comes to teaching, lalong-lalo na kung ang students mo ay in the elementary, no? How so much more in the high school. Kaya lang syempre, di ba, sa panahon ngayon, there is a rule na ang bata, if it's grade, I think it's grade kindergarten to grade 3, parang 30 minutes to 1 hour lang dapat sila nakaharap sa parang ganito, sa screen time. Tapos, sa senior high school kasi, grade 9 to grade 10, ay grade 12, ay 2 hours na allowed screen time. May rules dyan, you can review. Correct me if I am wrong, pero there's a rule when it comes to screen time. Kaya when we do our online class or synchronous teaching, it is time. It is scheduled. Hindi kami pwedeng sumobra ng 2 hours per day kasi it's an effect when it comes to radiation. Okay? Kaya ganon, may mga rules and search nyo, yung allowable time for learning, you try to research it in the URL, allowable screen time for learners, by age po yan. Kaya ngayon, halimbawa, mag-online kami, the following day, online pa rin siya, pero synchronous or sometimes hindi na basta nakabigay na yung yung activity. Okay, that's all, my dear.
Sir, thank you po sa pag-accept po ng interview tsaka sa oras niyo po, sir.
Thank you po,
Thank
sir.
No problem. Basta mag-aral kayo mabuti because someday you will become a teacher and in the future you will replace us. Kaya we need intelligent teacher, we need dedicated teacher that will mold the future to make our country a better place to live in. Ika nga. Thank you so much.
Thank you po, sir. Thank you po.
Ayun, good evening, Ma'am Joanna. Thank you sa pag-accept
Yes,
ng
good
interview.
evening.
Yun. Ma'am Joanna, can we ask your permission po to record this interview? This will be used only for this activity po, ma'am, and not for the other purposes po. Pwede po ba yun, Ma'am Joanna?
Yes, sige.
Thank you po.
lang. It's okay.
Ayun. Yun po. I just want to introduce to you my group mates, Lalaine, Regina, po.
Loud and clear ba ako?
Yes, to Joanna.
Sige. Sige, go.
Ayun. Introduce ko lang yung mga group mates ko, si Lalaine, si Chelly, si Regina, and si Mian. And we are the BTLED and from BPSU Orani. And Ma'am Joanna, can we ask, pwede po ba kayong magpakilala and tell us po kung ano yung teaching position nyo and school where you are teaching and also yung subject po you are handling.
Okay, so let me start, no? So, I'm Joanna Seikon Sunhi, teacher 2 of Bangkalpugad Integrated School, Lubao District, Division of Pampanga. No, I am now or currently handling grade 4 class and general subjects kami. So, lahat ng subjects tinuturo namin.
Ayun po, thank you. Pwede na po ba tayo mag-proceed sa mga questions?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, eto po yung unang question. Do you use technology in your teaching and why?
The traditional method such as through
workshops or seminar workshops rather. Um, Doon ako nag-start na gamitin yung ICT tools na to in my teaching, no, in my teaching and learning process, no, dun sa room namin. Iyon, so nagsimula ako, then nakita ko na it was really effective and it was worth using, no, kasi nga sabi natin, nakikita ko nag-enjoy ang aking mga pupils, no, grade 6 pa nun yung hawak ko, so nakikita ko yung active participation nila in every class or in every lesson na ginagawa namin every day. So, sa katunayan, ako yung nakasira ng projector ng school namin. Kasi araw-araw video lesson kami. Araw-araw gumagamit kami ng ICT sa aming teaching and learning process. No? So yes, ayun nga. Sabi nga,
Okay, sa question number 2 po. Do you develop digital learning materials for your learners? Why?
my learning materials, no, for my learners dun sa mga digital portal or yun sa DepEd portal, and even sa mga group chats namin, Facebook group ng mga teachers, with their consent, no, with their permission na gamitin namin yung mga video lesson. So, nagda-download ako, pinapagamit ko sa learners ko, but somehow, yes, nakapag-develop na in a way na kapag during our class observation, nakakapag-develop kami or nakapag-develop ako ng mga digital learning materials. Gumagamit ako, pinapasok ko yung mga ginagawa kong games. Yung 4 picks, 1 word, yan, guess the word, yan, pinapasok ko sa aking materials or learning materials during or every class observation. Bakit? Bakit pinapasok namin? Ayun nga, sabi ko kanina, our learners belong to the 21st century learners. So, engaged na sila dito sa technology na tinatawag. Kaya, dapat, as teachers, ini-introduce na namin at ini-encourage na namin yung aming pupils, no, para gumamit nitong ICT tools sa kanilang teaching or sa aming teaching and learning process. And it was really effective for us, especially on the side of our learners. Talagang natututo sila at nag-e-enjoy.
Okay. Next question po. Do your students enjoy technology-based activities and why?
Yes.
Kayo lumipat na ng presentation.
Yes. Yes, indeed. They really enjoy this. They really enjoy these technology-based activities, no? Kasi nga, effective talaga, no? Malaking tulong, malaking support, and technology has a great impact dun sa learning ng bawat bata ngayon. Before and even up to now, na pandemic, no? We use technology in our teaching and learning process.
Okay, question number 4 po. Are you aware of the ethical and legal responsibilities the use of ICT tools in teaching and why?
Oh, okay. Am I aware of these ethical or legal responsibilities? Yes, yes. I'm aware of these ethical and legal responsibilities. No, regarding the use of ICT tools when it comes in our teaching. Kasi if I'm not aware, no, pwede kaming idemanda kasi such as yung mga legal responsibilities, yung copyright, no, yung plagiarism. If I'm not aware of those ethical and legal responsibilities, pwede akong mademanda. No, especially kapag gumamit ako ng mga materials or learning materials na walang consent or permission dun sa totoong may-ari, no? Kaya kailangan, so before naman gumamit kami or yung mga teachers before gumamit ng mga ICT tools, no, sa teaching, na ano na kami dyan, na-orient na kami dyan sa mga ethics or mga legal responsibilities na kailangan naming malaman so that hindi kami hindi sabi, ignorance of the law excuse no one. So, dapat alam namin to. At bago namin gamitin yung mga tools na to or kumuha kami ng mga learning materials na hindi namin pag-aari, kailangan with consent and with permission to those owners.
Okay, next question po. Do you enjoy using ICT tools in your teaching and why?
Na-enjoy ko. Yes, indeed. Definitely yes. No, na-enjoy ko yung paggamit ng ICT. Kasi sa paggamit namin ng ICT, aside from napapadali yung paggawa namin ng mga instructional materials, nakikita talaga namin yung effectiveness, no, yung engagement or active engagement and participation of our learners sa aming mga lessons na tinatakel. Kaya na-enjoy ko kasi napapadali, no, yung paraan ng pagtuturo namin at nag-i-improve yung learning process ng bawat bata or bawat estudyante namin. Gaya nun sa science, halimbawa, yung sa science, talagang gumagamit kami ng ICT or digital, no, dito sa science kasi halimbawa yung mga organs, no, nag-e-enjoy yung mga bata pag nakikita nila yung mga organs, halimbawa yung video lessons, yung talagang halimbawa yung heart, tumitibok yung heart or even yung other parts of the body. Pag nakikita nila yun, mas naiintindihan nila. Unlike yung kapag traditional methods yung ginamit mo, kapag tinuro mo yung mga human organs, aantukin lang yung bata. Unlike using this digital or ICT tools, talagang nakikita nila, ay paano dumadalo yung dugo sa body, mga ganyan, no? And even sa math, ginagawa namin yan. And sabi ko nga kanina, it was really effective for us and on the side of the learners. At nai-improve din yung mga yung kanilang learning process, yung kanilang pagkatuto, no?
Ayun lang, Ma'am Joanna. Thank you po sa pagsagot ng mga interview mo namin. Yun lang po.
Yes, thank you for the
Thank you.
invitation. Salamat.
Yeah.
Thank you for everyone.
Members, Giselle, Lane, Lian, and Jen. We are second year students of Bachelor of Technology and Livelihood Education, major in Material Arts. Ma'am, pwede niyo po bang introduce yourself?
Okay, good morning everyone. I am Maria Fatima N. Beltran and I am a senior high school teacher in Orani National High School, Parang.
Sige ma'am, proceed na po tayo. Do you use your technology in teaching and why?
Yes, even before when I was teaching in private school in Holy Rosary Parochial Institute, I worked there for 18 years and resources was very accessible and available. So we used projectors, televisions, speaker, speech laboratory, and computer laboratory were available. So luckily, there were some other students, they have their own gadgets to use and share to their classmates in doing their activities and reports. So we encourage our students to do their reporting, presentation, using yung PowerPoint presentation and sometimes yung Prezi. Instead of using yung, di ba, yung mga traditional one, yung using of Manila paper, cartolina, etc. So in this case, the presentation and also the reporting is much motivating and also presentable, and also attract full attention of the audience. And even the reports were asked to submit in computerized. But when I transferred in public school, a big transition was made. Bakit? Alam niyo kung bakit? Kasi because of limited resources, walang gamit sa public before. So, what I did is to make an adjustment. So, back to basic tayo. So, more on computer la, and then yung mga student, reporting la is more on the traditional Manila paper. But fortunately, as time goes by, there were some supplies given to us, especially in the senior high school. Like yung TV again, speakers, DVD players, and also I bought my own projector. So the teaching and learning process was convenient and efficient, and learning is much fun. So that's it. Unmute ka, Regina.
Sorry po. Do you develop digital learning materials for your learners? Why?
Yes, we are required to make some video lessons and presentations for our learners, and then we upload that we uploaded it in the Google Classroom or Google Drive, and even in Messenger sa group chat namin. And especially in TBL and TLE, our learning materials were printed or digital. They are very limited. So some teachers, they are very resourceful and flexible to make our own learning materials to provide for the learners. Last school year, we printed out modules, sorted and distributed to the learners. And unfortunately, the middle of the school year, all the senior high school students were able to receive their own tablet to use for learning, where all modules in different subjects were uploaded for them to access. And even this school year, we adopt the same learning modality, which is the modular digital. So we already uploaded our learning materials there. Meron kami, especially in TBL, kasi medyo limitado, hindi kompleto. So that's why I make my own learning materials.
Okay po, next po. Do your students enjoy technology-based activities and why?
I think and I hope so, because most of the students, they were very eager and excited to receive their own tablet for them to use as their partner in learning. So sabi nga, learning is much enjoyable if the activities are somewhat new and something unusual to the learners. So siguro naman yung mga activities that were presented, like for example yung mga video, multimedia lessons and presentations, and also yung I presented them some sample cooking tutorials, ganon. Meron ako mga video lessons, tapos I presented them some videos from other social medias, like for example our topic is napkin folding, yung mga welcoming guests, ganon. So we have performance task where they need to present or they need to make a video presentation, like for example while they are washing the dishes, yung baking, cooking, ganon. But of course, so we can say that I can say that there are students who are truly enjoy yung mga technology-based activities like this. Kaya lang, but of course, we cannot please everybody. So sabi nga, kapag gusto, may paraan. Pero kapag ayaw, maraming dahilan. Especially yung new normal natin ngayon. Talagang wala, hindi tayo face-to-face. So hindi namin kontrolado yung activities ng mga students. So I hope siguro medyo marami naman ngayon. Lalo na excited sila sa gadget nila, sa tablet.
Fourth question. Are you aware
of the ethical and legal responsibilities of the use of ICT tools in teaching? Why?
Yes, of course, I observe yung mga social, ethical, and legal responsibilities. Like, for example, yung always give credit to the original source, kasi hindi naman sa'yo yun. So, sometimes yung ano yan? Ay susulat namin yung mga sa references, yung mga links na ginamit namin, like for example, sa mga pictures, and for example, yung mga video presentation, yung mga nakuha natin, mga ipapapanood sa mga students, gano'n. Make use of mga netiquettes, yung prevent siyempre yung cyberbullying, and of course yung copyright law, tapos yung mga intellectual property. So yun naman, so sometimes sa mga learning, kaya lang before, yung kasi limited yung time namin, kaya nung pinagawa kami ng learning materials, yung nalimutan na namin ilagay yung mga references, ganyan. Pero ngayon, medyo aware na kami, kaya pag gumagawa kami ng mga learning materials, I included yung mga names ng mga author, tapos yung mga links, nasa namin kinukuha yung mga videos and pictures.
Last po, ma'am, do you enjoy using ICT tools in your teaching and why?
If I'm not mistaken, yung mga ICT tools for teaching and learning, yung mga desktop, laptops, projectors, tama, digital cameras, printers, photocopier, tablets, mga ganun. Yes, of course, malaking tulong sa aming mga teachers yun. And yung mga different presentation of softwares, making video, digital videos, mga ganun, smart board na ginagamit natin sa iHub. So, malaking tulong sa aming teachers yun. Tapos yung mga different applications like yung Canva, remove.bg, yung mga ganyan, CapCut, in video editing. Kasi yung mga technologies na to, mas nagiging parang it makes collaboration effective, no, for learners to engage in different activities. And also, yung mga informations na to, yung makes the information accessible to the students and teachers. They can easily access yung mga learning modules namin na kahit hindi face-to-face, sa drive lang, yung drive, they can access it na hindi mo na kailangan tapos sila na yung mag-print out if they want, or kaya pwede silang mag-submit ng outputs nila through yung sa GC na lang, o kaya yung sa Google Drive, etc. So talagang mas convenient sa part ng teacher as well as din sa mga students. And also, it helps me track my students' progress. Like for example, na-experience niyo to, Regina, yung sa attendance natin, yung I use yung SAM, yung Scan Attendance Manager, wherein yung mga parents nyo, pag once na nasa school ka, and also pag once na after school, yung makaka-receive sila ng messages na talagang out na yung student, yung learner, or pag kung nasa school sila, kaya alam nila kung umabsent or present. And also, for the test result, I use SIP grade para automatic, I can check the output right there and then, makikita nyo kung pasado or bagsak, and also yung sa item analysis, yung ganyan. So, malaking tulong sa amin yon. And of course, sabi nga, teaching becomes easy using audiovisual presentation. So mas exciting sa part ng students kung meron silang nakikitang kakaiba katulad ng sinabi ko na kanina. So iyon, malaking tulong talaga sa aming teachers.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you po for allowing us to interview you.
Okay, thank you. Good luck.
Thank
God
you
bless
po,
sa inyong
Ma'am
lahat.
Pat.
Okay, bye-bye.